Welcome back to the next episode of Mr. Love Queen's Choice. We are continuing on with chapter 4, trying to rush a little bit to complete the new player quests while we can. So, let's get going. International news. I crammed for a whole week on French because the latest episode of City News features a lot of local news. Alright, so local news means speaking French. Then it says international news. Let's not think about it. You need a host who is a proficient French speaker. And we have none. Okay, news and host. Well, Cherry can host, so. Cherry is too jittery when speaking French and unable to fully present the content. You need a reporter who's on call 24/7 for a show. Alright, Young can do that. Young is very reliable and never slacks off. See if my French can still use improvement. That it certainly could. I know none. Job well done. I'll submit the due diligence report to the company as soon as possible and give you a copy. Good day. Thanks. Not surprisingly, from a business standpoint, LFG really cares about our broad, consumer-facing productions. We've got several plans for the food show. We need to get on that so it can be put online before the board meeting. It'll have a direct impact on how LFG evaluates our capability as a business. Did you read the plans? I like Celebrity and Cuisine by Willow. It's got an interesting angle and will surely go viral. I actually still prefer Souvenir. Did the boss accept your offer? No, and I've paid several visits there recently with my project proposal, but it's never open. You wrote up the proposal already? Uh-huh. When did you have time for that? Did you agree to give that report to Victor? Is that done? Almost. Oh, God. I know, I will do it. Like Souvenir, even if you have the best food, without appropriate management, you won't get popular. If I want to keep the studio going, I can't just focus on making shows all the time. Even I understand that. So, about the food show, should I tell Willow to get started? Yeah. 2 days later, I came to LFG to do the mock report for Victor. Not long after I started, I was interrupted. Not to be distracting, but every time I come to his office, I find myself wondering if this the zebra rug here is this a zebra he hunted down himself, or what? Then I remember his ability is time stopping, and hunting wouldn't be nearly as much of a sport with the time stop ability. So it's probably a fake zebra. Anyways, that means nothing in the larger course of things. It's just something that he's not the type of guy I expect to have a zebra rug. So, anyways, long after I started, I was interrupted.
You took this long to prepare a report like this.
Is there a problem?
I think the board has better things to do.
I felt my heart fall heavy instantly.
If you're not taking this seriously, then don't waste others' time. Compared to running a studio, you seem more at home on a film set. If I said something wrong, by all means, defend yourself.
Though he's always looked down on me, this is the first time I've met with such cold indifference. It's not criticism, it's complete denial. It was a bitter feeling to swallow, but I remained silent. Because he's right. I devoted too much time to planning shows. As the head of the studio, I didn't do what I should be doing. Thanks for your time. I'll do more to prepare going forward.
The board will listen to your report, but I will not be there. Now, you can go.
He didn't give me a second glance. I'll try my best on the report. I trudged out of the office. The feeling of regret and self-accusation weighed so heavily that I could barely breathe. I would break down crying if I stayed there any longer. But not until I got in the taxi did I find I had left my notebook in Victor's office. It's too embarrassing to go back. I thought some more. It has the plans for the food show, the board report, and some meeting notes. Can't do the food show, failed the work report, now I even lose my notebook. That report just has to succeed. I've really let myself get sidetracked too much these past few days. I've forgotten that Princess Company is on the verge of bankruptcy. In the depths of depression, I got a message on my phone. You may film here. You may film here? A message from a stranger. Is that some guest for a show? But it says here. Holy moly, souvenir! When it suddenly dawned on me, I almost jumped up right inside the car. I immediately sent a big string of replies. Souvenirs, boss! You've saved the day for me! When is convenient for you? I'll return with a detailed show plan. It's so great that I can make a show about Souvenir. Oh, but I still have to redo that report for the board. I can definitely do this. Unable to hold back a smile, I read the message several times and carefully added him to my contacts. All right, the foodie place. I tried the interesting nitrogen puffs that made me breathe smoke out of my nose, and I want to do a feature on it. Well, that does sound fun. They sold out of nitro puffs after how long I've been waiting in line. We'll interview the last lucky customer. A young passerby gladly agrees to an impromptu tasting. The fun, genuine interaction garners a big crowd. Who do you get to give Nitro Puff a grander, flashier name? Let's call in Spain. The new name is a novel mix of English and Chinese that draws a myriad of curious foodies instantly. It's very interesting and satisfying to explore new, cool things on the foodie front. All right. Two days later, I brought a cameraman and director to Souvenir as scheduled. Mr. Mills was already there to welcome us. Princess, we meet again. I didn't expect I would see the day that a camera is allowed in Souvenir. Thanks for helping us. Is the boss not here today? Yes, I'll be doing the interview today. Is that all right? Of course. Let's begin. This boss really knows how to keep a low profile. I sat aside, recollecting my thoughts about the work report. Mr. Mills, when did you start working at Souvenir? 2 years ago. When I happened to pass by, I was attracted by an aroma of wine. I didn't have any money on me back then. Luckily, I knew a thing or two about fine dining, so I was hired. Oh, is that the payment that was asked of you? Exactly. You've worked here for 2 years to pay for a meal? Ha! A fair deal. The director and cameraman both gasped in unison. Once last year, in front of the shop, we put cherry and corn crepes out as an offering to the neighbors. But the people around here disliked the boss. Only some cute sparrows and one vagabond tried the crepes. My boss was not happy that day. He asked the vagabond to pay for his food. How much could a homeless guy pay? We packed up 2 big boxes of cherry corn crepes and ordered him to take them away. So that's the boss's idea of payment. As I heard Mr. Mills depicting the scene that day, I couldn't help laughing out. The interview went smoothly. This is a small souvenir we've prepared. Please accept. Thanks. Do we have to pay for it? The bill for it is, please taste it very earnestly. I'll go for now. Thank you. It's freshly made. It means the boss was here today? After hearing so many interesting things about Souvenir, my interest in the boss kept growing. Sounds like he's not some capricious, domineering boss, but a genuinely interesting person. Let's go check out the kitchen. I tiptoed towards the kitchen, following the path I took with Mr. Mills last time. By the time my eyes adjusted, I could only catch a tall figure leaving. His silhouette somehow seemed familiar, though I didn't get a clear look. In the glare of the sun, the figure seemed tall and clean-cut. The empty kitchen was clean and quiet. Nothing was left in the oven this time. I watered the plants on the windowsill and went home. The first thing I did when I got home was open the gift from Souvenir's boss. Since the last time I tasted the food from Souvenir, the flavor has lingered in my mind. Ah! Pudding! The pudding was put in a small, delicate porcelain cup with a thin frosting of caramel. The pudding I have been tantalized by these past few days is now in my hands. What a surprise! Thank you, boss. I scooped up a spoon of pudding and stuffed it into my mouth. As the aroma of pudding spread on my taste buds, deep in my memory, a door seemed to be pushed gently open. What a warm, familiar flavor, buried deep in my memory. Suddenly, something dawns on me. All these years, I've been making puddings just to find this flavor. I put down the spoon and impulsively ran out the door. At that moment, the light was still on in Souvenir. Before Victor, there was a bowl unbefitting of Souvenir's decor. It had a small cartoon chick printed on it. Victor, seemingly waiting for something, took one more look at the clock. Then he laughed, somewhat self-deprecatingly.
What am I thinking? How could it be her?
He stood up, turned off the light, and left. All right, we're going to film a video on AIDS prevention as a public service. You want someone who can persuade AIDS patients to appear in the video. And we have no one who's good for this job, but docu friendly. Does docu. Alright, let's go with Dingle Daisy. Dingle Daisy spends a lot of time, but is still unable to convince them. You want to find someone who can communicate with kindergartners about it. Well, we'll go with Christian. Christian scares the kids with a mean voice. At least our cards are still doing well, even though our staffing is not yet as versatile as we'd like. Yep, more prizes. 450. The Love Doctor. You're producing a marriage counseling show and it's turning into an arena. Looks like you need extra security. Who do you pick to be the counselor of your new marriage counseling show? Oh my. None of these look good. Variety and friendly. Is nobody friendly? They're all variety. Yeah, lots of variety. Everybody's variety. Well, we'll go with Hollow. Yeah. Hollow can't articulate worth beans and draws ire online. Who do you get to do the logo for new show? Well, at least Spine's good at that. Spine designs the perfect eye-catching logo for the show. Half of a success is getting off to a good start. Okay. When I realized what I was doing, I was at the door of Souvenir. What am I doing? It's so late. No one will be here. Then the door opened just at that moment. Victor walked out of the door, and when he saw me, he stopped. I never thought I would meet him here. I was dumbfounded. The last time we met was in his CEO's office, getting criticized by him. The wind blew, and the chimes on the door let out a brisk ring. The ringing seemed to be knocking at the door of my heart. Well, say hello. Hi, Victor. Oh, that's all. Well, I mean, we should be kind of used to him showing up in random places at this point. But, you're a patron of Souvenir, too?
No.
Huh, how embarrassing. Say something. Souvenir is really great. You really should have a try next time.
Great. Don't you find it gimmicky?
Not at all. I've eaten here. It's basically the best thing I've had in my 22-year life. And the boss is super low-key. Good old Victor, making you angry as soon as he opens his mouth. Seeing as I was trying so hard to defend the boss, Victor's mouth curved into a seeming smile. I was momentarily stunned. He lifted up his hand like he wanted to hide something and started shifting his eyes around.
Low key. And he's still letting you shoot here?
Huh? How did you know I was filming here? Why did he go silent again? Why is it that when he stops talking, it's me who feels embarrassed? While I hesitated, pondering over what to say next, Victor spoke suddenly.
What do you think tastes so good here?
Pudding! He turned to look at me again, with a wordless, serious expression. The moonlight in the late night lit up the street, very gently. In the calm summer night, you could hear the cicadas singing from time to time in the cool air. Out of the blue, I felt my heart stop beating suddenly.
Idiot.
Victor walked toward me. Huh? He came close, with a faint, caramel-like, bittersweet smell on his body.
Let me give you a ride home.
I blinked and looked at him. He patted my head gently.
Let's go.
I followed behind him, baffled. Okay. I have no idea why I'm so tame. Maybe it's the way his expression is barely discernible in the gentle moonlight, appearing so tender. Perhaps it's the summer breeze and the cicada singing too loudly that just tugs at your heartstrings. Victor walked with me in the moonlight alley, like we were walking into a whole new world. For an instant, I wished that the road had no end. As I thought that, the world went all quiet. The stars stopped twinkling. The trees stopped swaying. I inadvertently turned to look at Victor. He didn't stop his pace. Why did he stop time? Does he want to stay in this gentle night longer and extend our walk, just like me? I thought of the dream where time stopped and the boy I met in it. I snuck a peek at Victor. I wanted to see his expression at this moment. When I finally realized what was a little off, I was already home. Why did I go to Souvenir? Why did I return after I met Victor? Am I an idiot? Thinking of the sight of me following Victor home obediently, I buried my head under my quilt. After a while, I shyly emerged from my quilt cocoon. I was going to ask Souvenir's boss about the pudding. I didn't expect to run into Victor. So how could Victor turn up there just then? The figure I saw tonight, the figure I saw in the kitchen this afternoon, the smell of caramel on Victor. When I visited Kira on set last time, it was also nearby Souvenir, and I also happened to run into Victor. In a flash, I thought of an impossible possibility. No! I reflexively covered my mouth with my eyes wide open. No way! Hey, the Love Doctor 2. Hubby attacks wife for neglecting chores. She attacks him back for working a dead-end job. It's hard doing a show. You need a witty, funny guy to host a show. I guess we have no witty, funny guys here. Alright, go Karyu. Karyu sours the stage with awkward jokes. You have to get someone to separate a brawling couple during taping. Okay, Taisona stops both dead in their tracks. The taping continues uneventfully. It's exhausting watching married couples fight all day. The Dictator of a Fine Dining Empire. The show about Souvenir was a hit after it aired. Is that really what we titled it? As I watched the number of shares and comments soar, my heart was filled with a sense of achievement. Looks like I'm getting the hang of making shows. But the board report. Tomorrow. Thinking of that, all the delight was gone instantly. The report material in my hand gave me no confidence at all. Though I've been preparing seriously these few days, the criticism of Victor that day keeps hovering in my mind. When it rains, it pours. Someone seems to be moving in next door. I keep hearing the noise of furniture being dragged. Cannot focus. I'd like to time travel to the day after tomorrow when I finish the report. Then the doorbell rang. Hello? Lucien? I opened the door. It turned out to be Lucien. The expression on his face was just a surprise. He seemed unaware that this was my apartment.
So, you live here?
What brings you here?
Saying hello to my new neighbor.
That's you moving in next door?
Yes. What a coincidence.
Uh-huh. Inconceivable. What are the odds?
No matter how small the chance, I guess it happens.
Like Murphy's Law?
When unlikely events like this happen, it gives people a feeling that fate is real, right?
I don't think that's what most people mean by Murphy's Law, but I guess you could interpret it that way. Oh, yeah. Lucian's smile made me a bit shy. Well, come in. And the work keeps piling up. I'm sorry that my home is a bit messy.
I heard about it. Still working on the investment thing?
Uh-huh. Tomorrow is the meeting with the board at LFG. The fate of our investment will totally depend on my report tomorrow.
You seem unsure.
Far worse than that, I'm practically terrified. Hearing that, Lucien couldn't help laughing. Professor Lucien, stop laughing.
I can't help it.
I don't want to prepare anymore, but if I stop, I'll only feel more anxious.
You do have to prepare, but
What?
what you should prepare is courage and confidence.
Oh, that sounds like a poster. I know.
This board report? Just think of it as a live show in front of the board. I'm sure that you've made an exhaustive plan for the show.
Kind of a live show with consequences, though, eh?
So perhaps your only concern is lack of confidence, stemming from inexperience at live performance.
Lucien's comparison somehow makes me feel a little more confident about the board report. I guess so. How did I never see it like that? So this is basically just an episode of Bankrupt Company Comeback. I know what to do now.
Good luck.
Thank you, Lucien. You're like my life coach. Yeah, I don't know that that's exactly the coaching I want, but, it's nice that he's trying to help. It's so nice to have a friend like you. Are we friends now? No, we probably would be if I was doing all the date stuff, which we'll get back to, but we need to do this right now. All right, focus. Oh, a message from Victor. All right, that's what we need. Don't be late for tomorrow's board meeting. Got it. Don't oversleep. Okay. I won't oversleep. But I don't see you trying to. Why are you seeing me at all? So sometimes these guys' surveillance abilities just, are really concerning. Yeah, don't underestimate me. I'm working hard. Maybe he's calling because Lucian here. If he can see us not trying to get any rest because Lucian was over chatting us up. And anyway, bet you're losing sleep because you're too nervous. I'm nervous, but not scared. I look forward to it then. Go to bed now. Disappoint me tomorrow. What's this other one? Is this something we were supposed to do before? Oh well. I said the phone stuff is kind of wonky. So, well, we're running along, but we're very close to the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and push through. 419, I think. Okay, Love Doctor 3. The counselor gets struck by the wife after lambasting her husband. The couple then leaves the disarrayed studio. You have to find a makeup artist for the wife. Alright, Fanks can do that. Fanks gives the woman a gorgeous makeover. Her husband's attitude towards her also improves. You have to choose an expert to assess the couple's marriage. Well, I guess Spine can do it. Spine systematically points out their mistakes and offers practical solutions. Alright, 420. Oh, and prizes. Yay, wish coupon. The next day, LFG board meeting. I'm in a suit, standing in the corner of the meeting room, trying to maintain a smile. Why are there so many people here? I've never seen so many old men in suits, their faces shrouded in skepticism. Do you really need so many board members to scrutinize an investment like ours? Seriously, shouldn't they have a bigger project to concern themselves with? We should just be an appetizer. I stopped Goldman as he passed by. Goldman, is this the right place for our investment application report? Scared? Actually, it's the third time I've seen a meeting this large. But it's only an investment of 50 million. Why the big to-do? I don't know. 50 million seems like a lot to me, but, I'm not in the TV business, so 50 million is 500. Whoa. Really? You're going to give us $500 million? Well, shoot, I would have worked a bit harder on the report, yeah. What? The CEO has earmarked 500 million for Princess Company. Why else do you think this many board members have showed up? 500 million? 500 million? That's 1, 2, 3, 8 zeros. I was so shocked my face went blank. Is this some kind of prank from Victor? No, not a prank. He's trying to kill me. Are you sure there's no mistake? Oh, there's a mistake. The fact that you came here at all today. Even if you pass this, considering the state of your company, LFG will send a professional management consultant to take over leadership of Princess Company. Which means your studio will no longer be yours. Wait, management consultant? Yeah, we are talking about 500 million. Any problem with that? No. No. Not only do I not have a problem with that, I'm quite contented actually. Professional management consultant. Isn't that what I've been longing for? As I was thinking about all this, a familiar figure appeared in front of me.
The look on your face as I came in made me think we could just call off the board meeting.
He said he wouldn't come, but here he is. Suited up, poker-faced, looking like a humorless tyrant. The man I met that night couldn't be him. There is no softness in this man at all.
It's not too late if you want to give up.
He couldn't be the boss of Souvenir, right? How can a man like this make pudding like that? Then I guess I'll have to disappoint you.
Really? Disappoint me? A person that can't even remember her own notebook.
In his hand is the very notebook I lost that day. My notebook!
Ugh, such sloppy penmanship.
You read my notebook?
I accidentally glanced at it. And it's almost as bad as I imagined.
That was just a warm-up that day. Today, I'm serious. Just you watch. I turned around and walked toward the podium, head held high. He dares to look down at me. I just have to show him up. Looking at the back of the girl, Victor smiled gently. Several days prior, LFG's CEO's office. After the girl dejectedly left the office, Victor's expression grew even icier.
This idiot just walks away without putting up any defense.
He took out his phone, found Princess's number, and tapped on the message button. The cursor blinked for a while. He turned his phone off again. Victor stood up in irritation, and then he saw the notebook. There was the poor work report she had just made, miscellaneous scribbles and notes, an exhaustive plan for a show about Souvenir. Victor went through the whole plan carefully.
Really? This close to the meeting and she's still working on this.
At the end of the plan, there were some cute pencil doodles. A girl with shoulder-length hair, looking starry-eyed at a parfait cup. He hesitated a while, then took out another phone and typed, "You may film here." He regretted having sent it immediately. While he tried to recall it, deet-doot, a reply came. "Souvenir's boss, you've saved the day for me! When it's convenient for you, I'll return with a detailed show plan." Victor frowned, letting out an expression of helplessness.
Too late.
Yet his lips curved into a smile. All right. Well, it's getting pretty late. No, let's go on. I think this is the last one of the chapter, so let's go ahead and complete it. As Lucien went about unpacking everything, the TV was on, tuned to the show about Souvenir. After blowing up online, it was picked up to be aired on TV, too. He took a sip of tea and let out a smile while watching the noisy show. He typed out a message.
I've got everything unpacked. So after today's report, how about dinner in my new home?
A wind blew in through the window, flipping the pages of an investment agreement on the coffee table. A huge investment targeting a research project about evol stimulation and gene transfer. And the investor's signature on the agreement was Victor's. The world is a cruel arena. Evolve or get eliminated. Even though Gavin had told me about the assassination incident, that cruel world is still a long way away from me. Afterwards, I often thought back on that time. At that time, we had just met, and the story had just begun. At that time, I had no idea what lay behind that glittering memory. The cruel fact that would make my world collapse. All right, we have completed Chapter 4, and looks like a bunch of stuff going on, but we are going to break now, and I will see you again soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care.